guys, before this video starts, I just want to debunk a criticism that I made during this video. I gave EA the criticism that they are bringing back Pokemon in this DLC that you can only acquire by paying for them. As we can see here, they have debunked that. The expansions will release individually as part of the $29.99 expansion pass, was event each environment, new features, new items, and over 200 additional monsters from previous Pokemon games. Players who do not purchase the DLC will be able to obtain the 200 plus legacy monsters via trading and or other means. The Pokemon company said this week. So good on you, Game Freak. I'm glad that is not an issue with this DLC, and so I'm going to make this criticism during that video, so just ignore it. It's been debunked, and we should be thanking Game Freak for this. Thank you, Game Freak.
So, as you may have seen from Nintendo's recent Pokemon themed Direct, they have announced 2 new DLCs for Pokemon Sword and Shield, hereby expanding the world, which is something that we really wanted. And those DLCs are the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra. They're both based around different themes and what they represent. So, this is actually really exciting, and I did not expect this at all from Pokemon. They've never done anything like this before, but they are actually using the tools available to them to expand upon their world. I just wish it was more so in a complete package, but this is great. This is exactly what we wanted. But there are a couple of flaws, and there are some really good things to look forward to. And this video is more to just analyze the trailer, see what we can find, talk about, discuss. I'll share you my thoughts, and I hope you'll share with me your thoughts down in the comments. So let's watch the trailer. Now, this isn't a reaction, I've already seen it, but this is just like a closer look. So let's do it. So we got the video up here. Now I'll probably just be pausing it throughout the video to make sure I can catch everything and just talk about it, tell you what I think. So let's get to going. Start off with the Switch logo, obviously. Hop, still I don't like him. Oh god. Yes, showing off all the shit we already seen, yada yada. That's cool. Our adventure continues. So we haven't seen this one before. That's a new Pokemon. He looks pretty cool. My guess he's probably going to be a fire flying, which is something I don't typically see within Pokemon. But I've never seen a fire flying bird. But just by the colors alone, and by the way he looks, and just seeing the detail of flames around his wing, and just like the little yellow accents right there, it looks like it's got to be something with fire. That's what I can see there. There's some bike stuff. They already mentioned like new bikes and whatnot, so that's really not that important. But it is going to be really nice to be able to customize your bike, because the bike looks dumb and the bike outfit looks dumb. So I hope that we're able to customize more of the bike outfit more than the bike. Okay, got the Galar region, blah blah blah. I don't like how you have to buy it twice for each version. You should be able to, like if you own both versions of the game and your Switch picks that up, you should be able to buy it once, because you're essentially paying another $60 for the $120 that you already paid for both versions of the game. That's just me. I mean, most people probably only bought one version. I only bought Shield, but for those who want to go out and buy it again to see what more that they have to offer, because they've already confirmed that there's going to be differences between both versions of this DLC. So it's probably going to pique people's curiosity and they want to go buy it again, but then they have to spend another $60 and then pay another $30 just to see what's different, which I don't think is worth it. But if you have the disposable income, I suppose go for it, but I'm cheap. So if you're going to release an expansion, I'd say just make it to 1 and make it compatible between both versions. That's just my opinion. Okay. This is the first one, I believe. Yeah, this is the Isle of Armor, which looks pretty nice. I'm always like a big fan of the beach. I love beach-themed stuff, which is really cool. And they've already revealed the... okay, right here in this corner. That looks like Gigantamax Ivysaur, which means that the first two... that another starter's coming back. And over here, off to the right, looks like Gigantamax Blastoise. So that's already another problem. You've made already Dexed Pokemon DLC. Pokemon that have been in the game since the very beginning you now have to pay for, which is stupid. Although I do like that they are Gigantamax forms. I like how their focus is switching more to Gigantamax. And right here, I believe that's Galarian Slowpoke. So that's always fun. I love Slowpoke. He's one of my favorite Pokemon. And the fact that there's a different version of him, I can let slide because it's new. It may be the same, but it's new. So that's always good. That's a good touch. And okay, my timer for the oven is about to go off. This is why you should never cook and record at the same time. So yeah, I'll be right back. Back, got that out of the oven. Let's continue watching. I love how they kind of include all these little Easter eggs in the thing. Yeah, Galarian Slowpoke. Always fan of that. Okay, there's an evolution. I don't know if you saw that there, but it looks like, yeah, they're pointing to something. Maybe there's well, obviously, if there's going to be a Galarian form of Pokemon, there's going to be a Galarian form of the evolution. So there's going to be a Galarian Slowbro, but will there be a Galarian Slowking? That's something I want to know. I want to know if there's going to be a Galarian special evolution, which is something we haven't seen before. So hopefully there's a Galarian Slowking. I really want to see that. Alright, hold on, I saw something. I just saw something right here in the corner. 2 different colored versions of the building. Now, this could mean one of 2 things. This could be how you evolve the new Pokemon, because I know there's like a single fist strike and there's a multi-strike type of the new Pokemon in this area. And it looks like this is either how you evolve them, or these are exclusive towers to both versions. And right here in the left, we have different little battle arenas. Maybe that has something to do with how these buildings are themed. Although it doesn't look like much here. It just looks like, oh, one has blue carpet, one has red carpet. And this is obviously going to be like the main area where you go, and that's going to be the leader of this thing. But I did not see these towers before, so this is going to be another mystery. Are they exclusive to what version of the game you buy, or is this how you evolve that new Pokemon? Which, the name I forgot. Yeah, old guy. New clothes, that's always nice. I like the karate gi. More customization, that's also really good. Please keep that up. Okay, yep, Sword wins here. That's obviously the better character of the 2 new ones. They got the cute girl, we got the dumb looking boy with the hat. Okay. Yep, yeah, I don't like him at all. But hopefully his character redeems him. I think that's been in here before. But these are more Pokemon that are being brought back. English is hard. But again, just adds on to my point. Why are we paying for Pokemon that have already been included before? That's... I get it's a new area, new Pokemon are going to be there. There's Pokemon specific to each region, but if you're going to add them back, at least let people who have Pokebank transfer these new Pokemon with like an update instead of having to pay for it. Yep, they're being brought back. Already seen this. So now there's new Gigantamax forms for the starters, which I think is great. They all look good. They're all unique in their own way. Inteleon's it's okay. I think it's fine. It's interesting. He doesn't really change much. He just gets a tower, but I still think it adds on to like what he is as a Pokemon, which is a sniper. And it's cool. He's got like a little finger rifle. So yeah, there's a little attention to detail I like. But this should have been a regular thing from the start. You should not have to wait for DLC to show off your main trope for your starter. If you remember when they released Mega Evolution, your starter got to Mega Evolve without buying the re-release of the game or having to pay extra for it. So the fact that they waited for DLC to give their main trope to their starters, I don't know. I don't like that, but I am glad that they did it. That is good. It should have been earlier, but it is good. The Isle of Armor. Oh boy. Now this one. This one's moving fast. It's hard to see every little detail here. Okay, this is what we want to look at. So, okay. Yes, I saw this before. That is so cool that they're adding Galarian versions of legendaries. This is going to be like a Galarian Articuno, and I know that there's Moltres and Zapdos as well, which is amazing. They're showing off, again, the Galarian Slowpoke. I don't know what that is right there. It's too blurred for me to see. But there's also like other images of Pokemon. There's another one here that looks like to be more Galarian Articuno, which looks absolutely beautiful. Purple is one of my favorite colors, and the fact that Articuno is now purple and looks even more majestic than before. Oh, it's good. I love that. That is cool. That is DLC worthy. That is something I'll full-heartedly stand by on. Is if you're gonna add DLC and make more Galarian versions, I think Galarian versions of past Pokemon to DLC is fine. It's because they're new. They look different. They're usually different types, and they can expand upon the world of Pokemon with these different versions of these legendaries and other Pokemon. So from looking at it, it looks like Articuno is going to still remain an ice type, but I think it might be an ice dark. Usually Pokemon that have darker color schemes, depending on their shades, but purple is typically like darker ghost or poison. So yeah, it could be any one of those types, and there seems to be some. I think they mentioned this one later on in the video. I think that's another one of those elemental ones. I don't really know the name of them, but they look cool, so that's good. Okay, let's keep going, see if we can find anything else. They circled something there. What was that? Okay, yeah, so this obviously looks very important. You're probably going to come here for an important item, which might be that thing, which is how you summon these legendaries, if I were to predict. That's all I can get from this. It's just concept art, but the fact that they circled this means it's important. It's gotta be. And I don't know what this little guy here is doing. It looks like a stick figure just sitting on a bench, but who knows. That's the new guy. He looks pretty cool. I like his design. Okay, so it looks like they're going off elemental temples and bringing back these guys. I don't know their names. There's so many different Pokemon, I can't remember them all, but I do recognize them. And the fact that there's elemental temples is pretty cool. I hope that the Pokemon inside are related to that, which I'm pretty sure they are. That's something that Game Freak's pretty good at doing. But who knows? I do like the temples. Don't like how you bring them back and you have to pay for them. But it's a cool idea to sculpt around it. Like if you're gonna make elemental themed, I like elemental temples. That's just me. Some might see them as cliche. I like them, but that's just my opinion. And this looks like a big deciding choice of what you want to do, which is pretty cool. It also builds on the fact that you could share different Pokemon with your friends. Like, hey, I have this version when I went to that side of the cave, but you went to the other side and got that version. How about we trade, do a little deck century, and we trade back. So that just inspires like better friendships. It also just inspires individuality, which is important in a Pokemon game. So nice. He looks cool. He looks cool. And more Galarian Slowpoke. Oh, what are you? What are you? Oh, you're trying to. That might be Slowking. That might be Slowking. He's wearing a cape. He looks like he's wearing a crown. They scratched out his face. Ooh. And there's like a little bruise mark from when the shell thing was on his back. So I like that. That's Galarian Slowking. Yes, give me that. I want that. All the, I don't know what that is. I don't know if he's been in any past games, but it looks cool and I want it. That looks cool. Give me that. I want that. I don't know. Forgot his name. Yes. These are cool. Oh, these are cool. Oh my god, I love the Galarian legendaries. Oh, that's so cool. They look so good. All of them look so good. Zapdos looking great. Articuno always looking good. Moltres. I like Galarian Moltres more than I do regular Moltres. Regular Moltres just kind of looked like a thin chicken with flames on it, but oh, they did Moltres justice. Look at that. It looks like a phoenix. That's awesome. Ooh, I'm excited for that. Oh, maybe it's psychic. Ice psychic. That could be something. That looks so cool. It looks like a little chicken beak, though. I think they could have done it better with the beak, but everything else about Galarian Articuno, oh, I love it. It's got eye lasers. Fucking love eye lasers. Hell yeah. Galarian Zapdos. I wonder if they'll, like, it's orange now. I wonder if it's like an electric fire. That might be a bit of a stretch. But the fact that it changed like its color scheme, it looks more spiky than it did before. And the fact that the palette change is pretty significant when it comes to type changing. It could be a electric fire. I don't know. It's just a little theory. And it looks like they're all centered around this one tree. So this tree might be... I wonder if it's going to be like you can choose one of 3 birds. You can choose the cool ice bird, the phoenix, or the fire zappy bird. That'd be pretty cool. Again, another thing. That'd be hard to choose though. Obviously, Zapdos is going to be my last pick. Sorry, Zapdos fans. He looks cool. Just less cool than these two. That's going to be a very hard choice for me because I love the new Articuno. I love how fucking slick and mysterious it looks. And then the fucking Phoenix of Moltres just looking like a complete badass. I love it. They're both so good. That's going to be a very difficult choice for me if you have to choose. If you could catch all 3 though. That'd make me happy because then I wouldn't have to choose. But if I had to choose, I really don't know. I'm kind of leaning more towards Moltres, but Articuno's got more of my style when it comes to look and color palette, but Moltres just looks so good. I love it when they make something so cool that I have trouble deciding. It's a good feeling to have in a game. Okay, now we're actually looking. That's the temple. What do we got here? Okay, this is all just stuff we've seen before, so I think. Yeah, it's just more. I don't know what that is. That looks a little weird. I hope my mouse is showing up. The Crown Tundra. Oh boy. Part 1 and Part 2. What's this? Oh yeah, this is the new Pokemon. I like him. I think he looks cool. Now, these are the Gigantamax forms. Ooh. They both look good. That's another decision I'm going to have trouble making. Do I want the single strike or the multi-strike version of the Pokemon? And this is the new Legendary, which honestly I'm not a fan of. It looks like they just took a tiny deer and just put a giant fucking bubble on his head and gave him peace pearls. I don't know. Not a fan. But the Galarian Legendaries. That's good shit. Not a fan of you, though. You kind of suck. So to kind of debrief on what we just saw, we saw a lot of new stuff. A lot of stuff I'm a fan of, and a lot of stuff I'm not a fan of, but that's okay. I feel it's so weird to say, but it feels like this version of Pokemon has like a case of first game syndrome, which is awkward to say with how many games there are that Game Freak has already made. But it has it in the sense where this is its first time on a big console. They have a lot more to work with. They don't know what to do from what I've seen. Now, I could be completely wrong, but that's from what I've gathered from what I played through. And the fact that they're giving me a reason to come back and explore more, I'm very happy with because I'm a very casual Pokemon player. There are a lot of people out there that like to play the games, complete the decks, get perfect stat Pokemon. Shiny hunting especially, which I don't know how you people bring yourselves to do, but if you like it, to each their own. To me, no, I like going through the game, I like beating it. I'll explore around and catch Pokemon and just see how many I can get in my playthrough. I think I got like 200 when I've played it through. casually. So I got a pretty good chunk of the decks, but when I went back and tried to complete it, I just got super bored, and the more I looked into it, into how complicated some Pokemon are to get, it just kind of demotivated me. But to the grinders out there, I have respect. Other than that, they also said that these two DLCs have themes. The Isle of Armor is based around growth, and the Crown Tundra is based around exploration. Obviously, I'm a bigger fan of exploration. Growth sounds grindy, but it still looks cool, and I guarantee there's going to be plenty to explore in the first part. But it definitely sounds like the second part is going to be bigger, since why they put it back more. So there's probably more that I'll like in the second part more than the first part, but the first part's going to have a lot of cool stuff. Like the new Pokemon that you can choose 2 different versions of. There's those exclusive towers that we don't know what are about. There's a bunch of stuff that's beach themed, which is always a big plus in my book. And there's Galarian Slowpoke. I mean, what more could you want? Oh boy. So again, the problems I've already heavily addressed during this video. I don't like how some Pokemon are bringing back that have already been dexed before, and I have to pay for them. There should be an update where you can bring those Pokemon in when those DLC are released for free if you have Pokebank or are able to transfer them from past games. Like the arduous task of going through all of those consoles to get your Pokemon back up, but if you have the resources to do it, you should be able to do it and put it onto the Switch. That should be a thing. I don't know if they'll do that. They haven't said anything that if they'll do that or not, but I hope that they do, because that'll be very nice to a lot of people who can't get the DLC right away, but giving them the chance to get their favorite Pokemon back in the game and being able to use it in battles or just using to help finish the decks in the Galar region would be very, very nice for a lot of people, I'm sure. That being said, I am excited for these new DLC. I'll probably stream them and add them onto my Nuzlocke run if I ever get back to it, which I really want to. It's just stuff's been a little crazy recently. But yeah, good job Game Freak on a lot, but you still have more to improve on when it comes to putting your biggest franchise on the Switch. So I hope to see more improvement, and I cannot wait to play these new expansions. So see you later, everyone.